Breaking news on Crime Catcher Charlotte. Our next news story takes place at the home of Charlie Thompson, who fell victim to a car thief in the Charlotte area. His 2021 Ford Bronco was broken into and stolen right out of his driveway, with only an outdoor security camera catching the masked thief. Based on the footage, we have narrowed down our suspect list to 4 individuals who may have had motive and opportunity to commit this crime. Our first suspect is Mr. Sanchez, Charlie's next-door neighbor, who has made several jealous remarks about Charlie's new car and happens to have a vacation house in Wilmington where it could be stored. Next, we have Charlie's coworker Brian, who has explained that his son is upset about him not buying a car for college, but the money is too tight to get the car he wants. This leads to our third suspect, Brian's son Andrew, who may have decided to take it into his own hands to get himself the car he wanted, with opportunity to drive it straight to Raleigh for storage at school. Lastly, we have Charlie's ex-wife Sarah, who left him after he continued to make poor financial decisions and the Bronco was the last straw. She has since moved in with her family on the other side of town, but could be coming back to teach him a lesson. The only piece of evidence left at the crime scene was a baseball bat used to break open the car window. Since Charlie is the one who brought the evidence to the police station, it should contain fingerprints from both Charlie and the culprit. We amplified the evidence for 2 different VNTR loci and underwent gel electrophoresis to create DNA fingerprints. Starting with our first piece of evidence on locus 1, we can see that the band pattern of the evidence matches Charlie, our victim, and Sarah, his ex-wife. That means that Mr. Sanchez, Brian, and Andrew can be excluded from this piece of evidence. On locus 2, we see that the band pattern matches Charlie, but not Sarah. This makes sense since our victim was at the crime scene and handled the weapon used. Looking at our second piece of evidence, the band pattern matches Mr. Sanchez, the neighbor, and Brian, the coworker. Charlie, Andrew, and Sarah are excluded from this piece of evidence. On the second locus, the band pattern matches Brian, but not Mr. Sanchez, which concludes that Brian left DNA at the crime scene and is our culprit for this crime. Brian was quickly located driving to Raleigh and was arrested and fired from his job. Charlie got his beloved Bronco back and insurance covered the damage from the baseball bat. The last thing we can verify from the VNTR loci is that Brian is the biological father of Andrew. In this test, the child of the parents must receive 1 allele from their father and 1 allele from their mother. When we compared Brian and Andrew's DNA, we see that the second allele in the first locus matches and the first allele in the second locus matches. This means that the other allele that Andrew has on each locus must have come from his mother. The sources I used for this presentation came from the Module 5 lecture slides, and all images and graphics were directly from PowerPoint.